Hi, my name is Jihae, and I'll be presenting Persephone's Feet, a foot-based approach to play in virtual reality. Seldom looked at in virtual reality applications, we question, how do you garden only using your feet? This game was inspired by a very particular phrase from Annie Field's The Return of Persephone. As the spring herself first flutters here and there, while close upon the delicate printing of her feet are bound the newborn flowers and buds and fairest things. Like the goddess of spring, we wanted to create a situation where you could literally sprout flowers and plants using your feet. We turned to virtual reality as our solution and developed a game where you harness the powers of the goddess of spring to nurture a garden. So, where do we start? We first conducted a pilot study using a paper prototype via a Wizard of Oz approach. The researcher came around tossing paper seeds and leaves to mark incremental growth, and players were allowed to use any foot gesture they liked. The three most commonly used foot gestures in this study were tap, to plant the seed on the ground to prevent it from fluttering away, as well as to water or fertilize it; hover and shake, to water or fertilize a plant from a small distance; and kick, to swing the foot forwards to splash water or fertilizer onto plants outside of immediate reach. We incorporated these foot gestures and implemented additional challenges for a virtual implementation of the game. Instead of indiscriminately watering and fertilizing plants, specific plants would have specific needs. With 3 plants and only 2 tracked feet, the players must occasionally switch the touch tool to respond to 3 different plant needs. Plants will grow incrementally after their needs are met, and continue to randomly signal different needs throughout their growth stage until full maturity. However, if the plant is neglected by the player for more than 30 seconds, the plant will fade out and die. Regarding technical details, we developed Persephone's Feet as a standalone executable for the Oculus Quest 2. Foot tracking was accomplished by using a pair of makeshift foot straps to attach the motion controllers onto feet. Now, how did the game recognize each of these foot gestures? For tap, this is recognized as a simple collision between the foot and the virtual plant. For hover and shake, this is recognized as a 2-step process where the foot had to hover higher and move faster than a set threshold. Kick was recognized if the foot was moving faster than a set threshold, but not hovering. Here we provide a quick preview of a player's first-person view in context of their real-world actions. Seeds fall as flecks of light from the sky, and interacting with them using foot gestures, plants, waters, and feeds the seeds. A visual and haptic feedback follows the different foot gestures. We thus conducted a preliminary evaluation of the game with 5 participants, and asked players to play the game until they nurtured at least 1 plant to full maturity. After the game, we asked players to fill in several post-experiment questionnaires. For the subskills, interest, and competence of the intrinsic motivation inventory, we measured the entertainment value of the game as well as game balance. Participants generally enjoyed the game with a mean interest and enjoyment value of 5.91, and the perceived competence converged to an average with a value of 4, suggesting that users felt that the game was challenging but perhaps not overly so. We also used the NASA Task Load Index to measure the perceived workload of the task, or in this case, gardening. The lowest workloads were mental demand and frustration, while the highest workloads were physical demand and performance. Lastly, we asked players to participate in a brief semi-structured interview, in which one of the questions brought up was the suitability of Persephone's Feet as a relaxation and light exercise game to take during breaks for desk-intensive work. Responses varied, from some participants commenting on the relaxing aspect of the game, I imagine it as a gardening game where I take my time to explore, to others commenting on the exercise aspect of the game. I think it could be useful. It can help if you're in the office for many hours and need exercise but not extreme exercise. Interestingly, one participant commented on repurposing the game for more intensive activity, like a Beat Saber of growing things. To conclude, Persephone's Feet provides an uncommon application of foot-based gestures for play, and has the potential to inform future and alternative directions for virtual reality games. Thank you for watching.